The tables have turned. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1109. This chapter, in my opinion, is definitely a very pivotal chapter for Egghead, and the way the way it was structured, the whole plot, not just this chapter but the Egghead Island as a whole, is going to impress people and is going to impress me. Before you move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Now, I can safely say, yeah, Vegapunk's not done yet. As much as I want to say, as much as I want to believe that, yeah, Vegapunk will die, he will die. But this is not the time. And I know Oda's entire problem with the fake-out death, especially a lot of that in Wano. I could see it happening here as well, but it's too good to be true. Vegapunk ending here, right now, after him choosing greed over, trying to be working for a righteous organization, this is his redemption. And I cannot imagine a better redemption arc than this. The whole world knowing about the world government, or rather, partially about the world government, is basically a very good way to spark a rebellion. Remember, and I always used to think like this: Luffy's going to take down the world government and the world will somehow figure out. I never really figured out how the world would know. And Vegapunk provides the best reason as to how the world would know and should know before a rebellion actually strikes. Not everyone knows about Nika. Not everyone knows that the world government is basically playing them around and how corrupted they are. Not every country will be influenced by the Revolutionary Army, and this was the best way, by far the best way to do it. And this is definitely going to spark a huge rebellion. A rebellion far beyond control. And if there was a reason as to why Egghead Island would be considered such a special incident, especially in the books of the world government, it would be because of this. And one specific person that will do this increasingly well. Vegapunk is going to do his thing. That is going to happen. People will know. But people will really know through Big News Morgans. The only person in the chapter that I believe that plays a very influential role in the upcoming chapters after the incident of Egghead Island is going to be massive. And I cannot wait for the world's reaction to this. Now, of course, the Five Elders are summoned, and of course they're not here to stop Luffy. They're here to stop the transmission, because this is illegal territory, man. The Five Elders being here, and the way Luffy handled Saturn and Kizaru, I would say is impressive. I didn't think Luffy would have that easy of a time dealing with an Admiral and a Five Elder at the same time, but I guess he can. And that is the ultimate power of Gear 5, and I believe he's not even serious. We've seen how serious Luffy can be. We know he can be serious when he needs to, but he definitely isn't because no one is pushing him that far. But with the Five Elders, all of them being here, maybe this is the time where Luffy does push himself and we get to see the maximum power of Gear 5. But I believe at this point, the point of the whole plot of Egghead Island was to basically figure out about Vegapunk and escape to the next island. Dealing with the world government is not the time. This is not the time for Luffy to deal with the world government. As much as I want to say that dealing with the world government now makes it easier for Luffy to handle things in the future, but that's for a different video, for a different story altogether. But now I believe that this creates the best escape route. And if Vegapunk is going to die, and I believe other satellites might too, the goal of the Five Elders was to basically stop the transmission by going to the Lava Sphere. And the Lava Sphere probably has a few other Vegapunks there waiting to transmit the message. And if that's a way to distract the Five Elders while the Straw Hats get away, makes a lot of sense. And of course I have to talk about the structure of Egghead Island. And I initially got very disappointed by the fact that the giant pirates showed up when the situation wasn't even that bad. Like, yeah, it was bad, but the way the giant pirates came in, it was like the Straw Hats are going to have an easy win. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I don't think anyone expected this to happen. And with the way it is structured now, giving the protagonist a false hope of victory, or rather a hope of victory, not even false, and then taking it down by bringing in more people from the antagonist side, I've rarely ever seen it happen and done well in most fiction. And this is by far one of the best executions I've seen, and I'm very, very impressed, especially the writing perspective. With that being said, how is the Straw Hats going to escape? The lava sphere basically gives them a distraction as for the five elders to work towards. Their main goal now is to not just chase the Straw Hats as much as they want to, as much as they have the will to go after Luffy, get the Nika fruit, get it to the world government, get Team Sama, and be done with it. They have a much bigger problem at hand. Even if Nika is shut down right now, the world by which time will already know about how much the world government is influencing everything and how corrupted it is, and their entire system will be basically going under the rubbles. And alongside the fact that Maurice was already facing trouble with the food supply and whatnot, this is going to create a lot of problems for the world government. So I believe their priority now is to stop the transmission rather than going after Luffy. And that gives them the perfect opportunity to go to Elbaf. That is how I believe the plot will be structured, and the way I want Egghead to move on. And if the Straw Hats are going to fight the five elders, that isn't a plausible option even with the giant pirates, because Zoro's busy with Lucci. He'll probably be, exhausted from it. Jinbei, doubt he'll be able to do anything against the five elders. I don't think the Straw Hats are strong enough to take down the five elders. Luffy is. Luffy could probably fight 2v1 versus a 5 elder with the 5 elder, but everyone else, I don't believe they have the capability to do so, which is why I believe this is now an escape mission. Luffy's literally said it, that I'm going to keep fighting as long as my friends don't escape Egghead Island, and I think that is going to be the goal for the rest of the arc, and this is how it'll end. And last but not least, the whole message thing with Vegapunk. I don't believe he'll be able to transmit everything, but yeah, he'll be able to transmit a lot, which will definitely create a spark, and it will give Luffy a upper hand when it comes to taking down the world government. That's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Until next time, peace.